Welcome to Monday, you magnificent beast. I'm Tom Campbell flavoured. He's Adam Pacitti flavoured. Why do you have an Astro dog on your arm?
Astro dog on my arm? Oh, it's Laika, the first dog in space. The Soviets sent her up there. I loved the story as a kid. Isn't that wonderful?
Did he have a helmet on and everything?
No, not like that. This is an artist rendering of like Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Here's some news. A top New Japan star has suffered an injury at Wrestle Kingdom. An AEW star has challenged a New Japan star. And some potential matches for tonight's Raw. We'll get to that soon. So I hope you, like us, enjoyed all 48 hours of New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom. I like how they spread it over a weekend to make it more, more palatable.
They beat WrestleMania to that idea.
Yeah.
That's not far away from happening with WWE, I think. I think we're going to get like
They'll spread it over 2
shows.
days, and then it'll be like, hey, they're 2 massive shows. But do you know what? I can't complain, because everything I saw from Wrestle Kingdom, because I wasn't working yet, I was just sat in my pants watching it. But everything I saw from Wrestle Kingdom, I thought was phenomenal.
Oh, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah, two brilliant nights of wrestling. I'm not going to complain, but WrestleMania is already long enough. Let's talk about New Japan, shall we?
Yes, indeed we should. We have just the one injury from that entire weekend by the looks of things, and it's one of our boys.
One of our boys indeed. Jack's boyfriend, Will Ospreay, has unfortunately suffered a heel injury during his match on Saturday, which, for my money, was maybe the match of the weekend.
Oh.
I really loved it. It's really tough. Last night's main event, or yesterday morning's main event, was really brilliant too. But I just loved it. I thought it was so good. Some of those sequences, the Ospreay one that's being shared all over the place.
Yeah.
Dive, German. He tosses him back in with like a belly to belly, another anyway, Will Ospreay.
Ultimate Fosbury flop is what it was.
Mental, isn't he? He's
Donkulous.
absolutely ludicrous. So yeah, a heel injury during that match with Hiromu Takahashi. It apparently took place at the beginning of a series of spots where he was landing on his feet each time. One that I believe we're just talking about, but there were quite a lot of those series.
Quite a
so
bit
I'm not sure which
going
that
on.
refers to. Later, he's posted a picture on social media where he was icing his heel. He's currently undergoing X-rays to determine the severity of the injury. So we'll keep you updated on that. Can only wish him the best, but don't get well too soon, because let's face it, Wrestlers of the Week, or Ospreay of the Week, has been, well, as the name suggests, very Ospreay heavy. So maybe 3 months away might give other people a chance to rise up the ranks in that series.
No disrespect to Will Ospreay, but Keith Lee deserves a fair shout, and you ain't giving him a fair shout, mate. What was your favourite match of the weekend?
It was definitely Ospreay. Was it definitely
Ospreay?
But the more I think about it, the more I think it was. You?
I thought the main event last night was great. I really enjoyed Okada Ibushi.
It was a great match.
That was a beauty.
It was. I feel for Ibushi after this weekend. He's had a rough one.
He's winning the belt next year.
You reckon?
I reckon. Maybe end of this year. I think Ibushi's in line to win the belt.
Fair.
I feel like. And it was great to see Liger's final 2 matches. Shame that he lost both nights. I think that's kind of the done thing, though.
Go out on your back.
Well, nice to have had him win one of them. But
yeah, considering they were sort of inconsequential, they were just tag matches. Maybe winning the first one might have been nice, but hey, I'm sure he demanded to lose those matches.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was great as well? Moxley Archer.
Oh,
really
gosh.
fantastic, really, really great. Just some inventive spots, nothing too crazy or anything, but just entertaining throughout. It was a really great show. Really
And then
great
Minoru
show.
Suzuki turning up at the end, taking his pants off, and everybody going, oh my God, these two will probably explode. This is
Looking forward to that.
ridiculous. More of this, please. New Year's Dash, probably on air as you're watching this, I would say. Enjoy it, and there'll be more shenanigans from that. Staying with New Japan, Sean Spears from AEW has called out a New Japan star. That's what you do when you...
Come on.
Come on!
Let's do a wrestle.
It's me doing my Nakamura. Come on! Do and wrestle, please. That's what he does, isn't it?
Yes.
Come on, then.
Sean Spears tweeted yesterday saying that he would like a match with New Japan star Switchblade Jay White, writing, "Hey Switchblade, we should wrestle sometime."
What's just that? Come on! Wrestle sometime.
Sincerely yours, the chairman. Do you want to see this?
Hey, I'm not chomping at the bit.
No,
I'm probably
not me.
nibbling at the side. Which is a couple of steps down from chomping at the bit. I think with these two guys, I think Jay White is probably...
Better in every conceivable way.
may be better. But this does say a lot about the potential relationship between AEW and New Japan.
Yeah, so Jericho in the press conference after Wrestle Kingdom saying that there is no relationship currently, and I guess it lends itself to the result of Jericho's match as well, but that the door is open. I think we'll get there.
I don't think it's open yet. I think the door is, there's a little crack in the door. It's letting a draft in. Like, if you had maybe a rat could potentially push the door and walk in, or a snake could get under the door. Not quite enough to get through the door yet, I don't think. But that was part of I like the build to the Jericho-Tanahashi match where they added the jeopardy that, hey, if Tanahashi beats me, then he can have a match for the AEW title.
Do you not think it was just a bit disappointing after all that? I get, Jericho's the heel, he's the top champion. He probably shouldn't be losing a match.
No.
Even if it's not a title match like that in New Japan. Maybe, but
On a card like that, though, on a card as packed as Wrestle Kingdom, you have to do something to maybe stand out a little bit other than just here's Jericho and Tanahashi having a match. They chucked in a bit of jeopardy. Tony Khan gave it the green light. New Japan gave it the green light.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, why wouldn't Tony? It made AEW look fantastic, didn't it? It's a great bit of exposure for them.
I've seen the AEW title on New Japan telly. That was pretty sweet. So I mean, whether this is again the whole Sean Spears, Jay White, little back and forth, tete-a-tete.
It's not one of the AEW New Japan Dream matches that springs to mind.
It's not. No, it's sort of in terms of like where this sits in Dream match territory. It's sort of Green Goblin versus I don't know. I'm trying to go a lower down.
Midian.
Cable versus Green Goblin in Marvel DC.
Yeah, but God loves a trier, right? And that's what he's doing here. Like Sean Spears trying to.
He's going for the Bailey school of getting booked. Just shouting dream matches out and seeing what sticks. Jerry the King Lawler was chatting on his podcast. I know, he's got a podcast as well. I bet he uses Anchor. I bet he doesn't know how to work it. I bet he's got a mate that uploads it for him. I bet he just says, I've just done this as a voice memo on my phone. Can you put some music on it? Kiddo. I don't know, he might not. But he was talking on his podcast about the Raw wedding.
He certainly was, and he's revealed a specific instruction that the commentary team received from Vince McMahon for the wedding segment on Raw. He just said, Vince was great and Paul Heyman was great before the segment started. It really took a lot of pressure off because sometimes you don't know how people will want you to call a certain segment that is really important because they built this thing up for so long and done so much extra media coverage on it. It's just emphasising the fact that this was a big deal to both Paul and Vince. And then he continues, the simple words from Vince were, King, go out there and have fun with this. That was just opening the door to the candy store for the King right there. That's the last place you want Jerry Lawler, as a candy store. No, this is It was a different segment, wasn't it?
It was certainly.
And he did have fun.
He did.
We all had fun. But did you have fun? I had fun.
That's the words of a trapped man. That is.
Yeah.
But when I listened to the commentary, you could tell he was told to go and have fun, but he wasn't the King of 20 years ago, which is a relief.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
It could have been a bit weird. But yeah, I like the fact that they let them free a little bit.
In such an important segment as well.
Yeah.
Normally when a segment is viewed as being very, very important, they're giving a lot more sort of pre-production notes and a lot more guidance. So yeah, that is cool, but he's been doing it forever. Very trusted man in commentary.
Yeah, but he's not been on the best.
He's been all right. He's been all right. He's been all right. I mean, he just doesn't really have much of a character in it. Like I really like sexism, all that rubbish aside. Not the sexism, sexism and all the rubbish that Lawler was doing. I worded that very poorly. I really enjoyed heel Lawler back in the Attitude Era. I thought he was an amazing heel, and now he's just so sort of watered down. He's not got much character at all. He's just a bloke who sits there and says some things.
Yeah, a lot of his shtick has gone now, and he's sort of relatively shtickless. And as a result, I mean, that was Jerry Lawler having fun, I guess.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, good for you on having fun. Now, learn how to upload your podcasts. Learn what an RSS feed is. You can't use Anchor forever. And on the subject of Monday Night Raw, our first one on BC Sport tonight. British Telecom.
Very exciting.
Leading the wrestling world in the UK. WWE has advertised locally a couple of matches for Raw tonight, which could or could not happen on the telly box.
The first being, let's start with the one that I'm less excited about. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch versus the Kabuki Warriors. Before we continue, it's got to be said that these might end up being dark matches because they've been locally advertised. That match they might do on Raw, I would suggest the next one they're going to hold off on. This is I don't think this is going to be the main event of Raw tonight, but the promoted match is Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins, accompanied by the AOP in singles action. That's a huge deal. That's a pay-per-view match.
Yeah, you wouldn't just do that unannounced.
No, but cool for the live crowd.
Great for the live crowd. Well, you'll have a lovely time with that one.
Well, maybe they'll do it. Maybe we'll eat our words. Maybe we'll eat Sam's hat tomorrow morning.
I kind of feel like that they should hold off on that.
Yeah, they should.
I think it's
That's a Rumble match.
Do you know what? It's difficult because you've got a 3-hour block of television to fill every week on Raw, and you've got TV, and it's easy just to go hold off on that, but you've still got to fill 3 hours of telly. They made a rod for their own Jane and Freddie with stuff like this. But Owens and Rollins, I think, as you say, is a pay-per-view match.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what? Old school stip for Owens and Rollins. Match at the Rumble. Loser enters the Rumble at 1. Winner enters at number 30.
I love that. I love those.
They're great. You haven't had one of those matches forever.
Yeah, I quite
love
like
a match
that.
like that.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Who have you got to win the Rumble still, by the way?
Still, it's going to be. I still think the blokes one will be AJ or Roman.
AJ still.
I think
Fair. Yeah.
I think the women's still Baszler.
Yeah, I agree with Baszler.
Still Baszler.
I think it's Roman. He's the only man currently announced for the Royal Rumble match by WWE. It's going to be Roman. And we're all going to cheer.
Yay!
Happy Monday.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/Cultaholic. Lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.